Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into three absolute giants of the data world: Microsoft Fabric, Databricks, and Snowflake. If you've ever been stuck wondering which of these powerful platforms is actually the right one for your business, well, you are in exactly the right place. You know, this is the question facing pretty much every modern business, right? You're practically drowning in data, but trying to turn all that data into actual real-time intelligence or, build powerful AI models on top of it, it's still a massive, massive challenge. The old systems, they just weren't built for the kind of scale and speed we need in today's AI-driven world. So, here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we're going to set the stage with that modern data challenge. Then, we'll meet our three platforms using a pretty simple analogy that I think makes it all click. After that, we'll peek under the hood at their architecture, we'll compare their AI superpowers, and then we'll get real about things like cost and governance. By the end, you're going to have a much, much clearer picture of which one might be the best fit for you.
Okay, let's start with the big picture. It wasn't that long ago that data mostly meant running business reports. But today, the demands have just exploded. Companies need to handle real-time streaming data, massive data engineering pipelines, complex machine learning, and here's the kicker: they need to do it all in one place. That's the challenge.
And here's the bottom line. All three of these platforms are chasing that same holy grail: a single, unified place for your data engineering, your business intelligence, and your AI. But, and this is a big but, they get there in really different ways. So there's no single best platform out there. There's only the one that's the best fit for your team, your goals, and the specific problems you're trying to solve.
All right, let's get to it and meet our three main players. To make their core ideas really stick, we're going to use a simple analogy: a professional kitchen. See, each platform is kind of like a different kind of world-class kitchen, each one designed for a specific type of chef and a specific style of cooking.
First up, we've got Snowflake. I want you to think of Snowflake as a Michelin star kitchen. Everything is absolutely pristine, perfectly organized, and it's all managed for you. You don't have to worry about the plumbing or fixing the ovens. You just get to focus on creating these amazing dishes with incredible, predictable results every single time. It's all about simplicity and excellence with minimal fuss. Next up is Databricks. Now, this is the expert chef's workshop. It's built on open standards, which gives you the ultimate flexibility and control. You have every advanced, high-tech tool you could possibly imagine to build completely custom, totally innovative creations from the ground up. It's an absolute powerhouse for those experts who really want to push the boundaries of what's possible.
And that brings us to Microsoft Fabric. Think of this as the all-in-one smart kitchen. You know, where every appliance, the fridge, the oven, the dishwasher, is from the same brand, and they're all designed to work together perfectly, seamlessly. It's incredibly easy to use, and it's an especially smooth experience if you're already living in that Microsoft world. Okay, so we've got the high-level vibe of each kitchen. Now let's go a level deeper and actually look at the blueprints. Because how these kitchens are fundamentally built, well, that determines pretty much everything about how they work and what they're good at.
And this is where you can really see their fundamental differences. Fabric is what you'd call a true software as a service, or SaaS platform. It's a completely managed service built on this unified data foundation called OneLake. Databricks, on the other hand, champions the Lakehouse approach, building on open standards like Delta Lake in your very own cloud storage. And then there's Snowflake, which really pioneered the game-changing idea of separating compute from storage, letting them scale totally independently of each other.
You can really see their family history here. Databricks came out of the big data world of Spark, trying to bring that data warehouse reliability to messy data lakes. Snowflake started in the traditional data warehouse world, but totally reimagined it to be scalable and flexible for the cloud. And Fabric? Well, that's Microsoft's huge bet on unifying all of this stuff into one simple, cohesive service. All right, let's talk about the main course, the dish that everyone's talking about right now: artificial intelligence and machine learning. How does each of these platforms serve up the hottest item on the modern data menu?
Snowflake's strategy is honestly pretty elegant. Bring the AI to the data. With tools like Snowpark, developers can run their Python code directly inside Snowflake, no moving data around. And with Cortex AI, you can literally call a large language model with a simple SQL command. It's really designed for the analysts and engineers who want to leverage AI without having to become full-blown data scientists.
Databricks, on the other hand, is a whole different beast. It's an end-to-end powerhouse that was built from the ground up for data scientists. It gives them this incredibly rich environment for the entire machine learning journey, from prepping data and training models all the way to deploying and monitoring them with tools like MLflow. It's just the most comprehensive and flexible place to build custom AI.
And Fabric's strategy? Well, it's all about integration. It's not trying to reinvent the wheel. It's plugging into the massive power of the broader Microsoft AI ecosystem. You can use Spark for data science, connect seamlessly to Azure Machine Learning for the heavy lifting, and maybe most importantly, it has Copilot AI assistants baked in all over the place to help you do everything from writing code to finding insights.
Okay, so the tech is cool, but let's get down to brass tacks. A great platform isn't so great if you can't afford it or if it doesn't meet your security needs. So now, let's talk about the business realities. How you share data, how you actually pay for all this, and how you keep it all secure and governed. Snowflake's model is really straightforward. You only pay for what you use, literally down to the second. You're building these things called credits for the computing power or their virtual warehouses that you use. And this is the best part. If you're not running any queries, the warehouse just automatically goes to sleep and you stop paying. It's incredibly efficient.
Databricks also uses a consumption model, but it's based on something they call a Databricks unit or DBU. So your cost is directly tied to the processing power you're using. It's super flexible, but, and this is important, you have to actively manage it. If you leave a computing cluster running, even if it's not doing anything, it will keep costing you money. Now, Fabric flips the script a little bit with a capacity-based model. You basically buy a reserved block of processing power, measured in capacity units. The huge plus here is cost predictability. You know exactly what your bill is going to be every month. The trade-off, of course, is that you have to plan that capacity pretty carefully so you're not overpaying or running out of juice.
And does this stuff actually pay off? Oh yeah. According to independent studies by Forrester, over a 3-year period, customers saw a staggering 612% return on their investment with Snowflake, and a really impressive 417% with Databricks. And that was all driven by things like big productivity gains and huge infrastructure savings.
Okay, so we've seen the blueprints, we've tasted the specialty dishes, we've checked the price tags. So how in the world do you actually choose the right kitchen for your team?
It really just boils down to your core priorities. Look, if your main focus is on simplicity, empowering a wide range of people who know SQL, and you need best-in-class data sharing, Snowflake is probably your best bet. If you need maximum flexibility, an open ecosystem, and the most powerful environment for custom AI work, then Databricks was literally built for you. And if you're already a Microsoft shop and you're looking for that seamless, all-in-one experience, Fabric is designed to fit like a glove. And you can't forget this part. The technology is only half the battle. You have to think about the human factor. What skills does your team already have? Are they mostly SQL analysts, or are they Python-loving data engineers? Your choice of platform should empower the team you have, not force them into a tool that just doesn't fit who they are.
So at the end of the day, this choice is so much bigger than just picking a piece of software. It's really about choosing the engine that's going to power your company's insights, your new products, and all your innovation for years to come. So the real question isn't just which platform is best, it's what are you going to build with it?